In this video, I'm going to talk about how I repaired a Vizio LED TV. This isn't going to be a how-to. Shop Jimmy already has some really good videos on how to take apart your panel and get to the defective LEDs. And they even have videos to show you how to remove the defective LEDs from the strip. But the problem I ran into, to do it right, I wasn't able to find factory replacement LED strips that were a match for the TV. Everywhere was out of stock. So what I did is I went ahead and pulled off the defective LEDs. And how I did that is I just took my little hot air station, ran the strip across my desk. And I had to use bottom heat because these LEDs have the little heatsink pad on them, so it'd be kind of stubborn getting off. So I'd heat it up from the bottom while I'd use actually then two soldering irons at the same time, one on each side of the LED after it got heated up, and then I could just plick them right off. So I went ahead and replaced the defective LEDs with some LEDs that I had. They weren't an exact match. The color was good, the brightness was about right. I think they pulled a little more current than the factory OEM LEDs, but they did work. I went ahead and reassembled, but the problem I was running into next was that the Vizio, the power board section for the LED strip was pretty sensitive, and I think it was sensing the higher current draw from the LEDs. Now there's a total of 4 bad LEDs in this TV. 2 of them were open and 2 LEDs were shorted. So this now had 4 new LEDs that pulled just a little bit more power, but it was enough that the LED section of the board wouldn't let it turn on. It was so the power board was sensing the higher current, and it would trigger it like a fail-safe. It wouldn't let it turn on. So the next thing I did is, let me pull up another picture here. I built my own power section. I just bypassed the LED output. Here we go. I just bypassed the LED output altogether, and what I had to do now is rewire the strips. I got rid of the series board that ran the length of the panel, and wired each strip individual. So there's a total of 9 strips, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 6 strips. Oh, 9 LEDs per strip. So there's 6 strips, and they're no longer in series because the thing is, in series originally the way they were wired, you'd need 82 volts per series section. I didn't have any 82 volt power supplies laying around, so I had to unseries the strip. So now just each strip has its own wire, so each strip needs 27 volts. Well, what I did have is a handful of these XL 6009s, these little adjustable boards that I believe they're good up to 35 volts. So I had a ton of these, like $1 a piece on eBay, and then I added just the factory 12 volt. The 12 volt section on the board didn't have enough current to run the main board and the LED strip, so I had to add another 12 volt power supply. This is just some generic 2 amp 12 volt power supply I had laying around. To switch it on and off, I just used a relay. So as soon as the relay senses once power buttons hit, the 12 volt rail comes on, it turns on this power supply, which runs these little guys, and each of these is set to 27 volts. Now to do this right, you should really use a constant current board and limit the current, but unfortunately I didn't have any of those. So my goal was to reach just under 100 milliamps per strip. In order to do that, I needed about 27 volts. I probably could have gotten away with just one of these drivers and ran everything in parallel, but since each strip was a little different because of the way the LEDs, some had factory LEDs in them, some had aftermarket LEDs in them. Each strip kind of had its own little unique current draw, so I was able to fine-tune each strip with having a separate driver for each strip. So then now the TV would actually turn on and LEDs would light. Well, they had no choice, they're kind of forced to, but it did work. And yeah, these are the pictures I had. it's the TV. I don't have the TV anymore. I sold it. So unfortunately I only have pictures to show. But this is what I had to go through to bring this TV back to life, save another one from the landfill. Yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.